again and welcome to Elisabeth Hogarth Designs. This is part 2 of my Christmas card making. I've been away for a week because my computer wasn't working properly, which held me up a bit, but I'm back now and I'm card making and sharing videos with you, so it's a good day to be crafting. So today we're creating it's almost like a triple stepper card. It's deliberately smaller than usual and I've kept it as flat as possible to make it easy to post, but I'm using the House Coupledick papers. I was quite tempted to use the 6x6 Gnome Time, but then I went for the Candy Christmas. These toppers here are from the 12x12 papers because the sizing of them works out well, but you could, if you wanted to, go for slightly smaller toppers from the 6x6. So it makes it easier if you have got a set of nesting dies. These are the circles that I've used, so I've got a smaller circle that is 3.5 inches in width, and that was used to cut out the toppers. I took a slightly larger circle which was 3.75 in width to add the silver background, and then I went up in increments. On the middle one the circle measured 4 inches, and then on the back one the circle measures 4 3/8 of an inch, but it's entirely up to you. This time I'm going to try it with the squares, and of course if you don't have dies you can cut these, but I'm going to use a diagonal square, so the width of it is 2 3/4 inches, but I'm going to turn it the other way to create a diamond, and then again I'm going to go up in increments, so I've got the silver and then slightly larger again for the pattern paper. So my largest die is 3 5/8. So I went ahead and I die cut my toppers of the snowmen using the smallest die. I've got 3 coordinating silver pieces, 2 slightly larger pieces, and then for the back I've got 1 piece. So now we're going to create the card itself. I make 2 cards at one time, so I'm taking 2 sheets of A4 paper, and to begin with I'm going to use my scoring tool. So I'm going to score at 4 inches and 8 inches, and this forms the back of the card. Then we're going to come down to 10.5 inches, and then we want to leave that part on. So you've got 4, 8 and 10.5. On the second piece of paper I'm going to score at 2.5 inches, 4 inches, and then I'm going to cut away at 5.5 inches, and this piece is excess to requirements. So again we've scored at 2.5 inches, 4 inches, and then this is the front of our card. We're now going to cut this in half, so it's round about 4 1/8. You might have a little excess over, but it's round about 4 1/8. So you've got just a slither left. So that's the front of our card, and again we'll take the 2 pieces and we're going to score at, cut away rather, at 4 1/8. So then we've got our back and our front, and then these 2 pieces will make your second card. So now we need to adhere the 4-inch panel to the 2.5-inch panel. If you fold it back, you can line it up, and then the top of the card will meet the score line. So now we're going to turn it into a stepper card. So your largest piece is at the back and your narrowest piece is at the front. So we're going to go mountain, valley, mountain, which is where we stuck it together, valley, and then mountain. And there you've got yourself your mini stepper card. So now we're going to create some panels to stick to each of these sections. So the mats are going to be 1/8 of an inch smaller. So the largest mats are 4 by 3 7/8. Then we go down to 4 and 2 3/8. And finally we're at 4 and 1 3/8. So I'll quickly stick those in place. When you come to the first one, turn it, if it's got a pattern, in the other direction, because this will be the back of your card. Off camera I have layered up the snow people, so we've got the silver for the front, then the silver and 1 layer of the black dots, and then the silver and 1 layer of black dots and the snowman paper. You're going up in slightly larger increments every time, just to add a bit of interest. So I start at the front and then I just mark with my thumb to add the glue, but you could be more careful and mark it with a pencil and then attach it. So we're going centrally at the front point there. Just wait for that to stick down, and then you'll want the one behind it to be slightly higher. So rather than sticking it straight down in the centre where you won't see much of it, try and lift it up so that you can see the diamond, and try and make this an even border. So again, we're sticking below the finger and the thumb, And then because it's wet glue, I won't press it down immediately. I just make sure that I'm happy with the lining up. There we go. And we'll press that one down. And then we'll go again, so that the larger panel is on the back. And again, you want the margin to be round about the same. So we'll flick those two out of the way. And again, just below the finger and thumb. And then rest it in place. And then move the one below it to line up. And then when you're happy with the position, secure it down. So there you go, we're back on track with our 25 days of Christmas card making. It's actually day 18. So we have got 7 more days to go. I've got a few more ideas to share with you. As you can see, these mini stepper cards, the square one will fit in a 6x6 if you put it on the angle. And the circular one that looks a little bit like a set of snow globes fits in a 4.5 by 6.5 envelope. Thank you for bearing with me while I had the technical issues. I would love to know how you're getting on with your Christmas card making, so let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to welcoming you back to Elisabeth Hogarth Designs again tomorrow. Bye bye for now.